Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mpumelelo Magagula and this is all things entertainment. So today we are talking all things feminine hygiene. So if you're new here, please stick around and thank you for choosing this channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. So guys, there's chats, around social media. We all know social media is a real place. Social media, people say things they don't mean, things they don't even practice, right? So I want us to talk about your face and your kitty. And I feel like this video is going to be more helpful for teenagers, and because I feel like teens are afraid of speaking to their sisters or their moms or whoever they stay with in the house, because I have a cousin and a little sister. They are both 13 years old. We do talk about things, but as though they are reserved about them, they don't want to talk about them. So I was like, if they don't talk to me, who do they talk to? And is there anyone else who behaves like them? So I was like, maybe they feel more comfortable talking to strangers or people outside the house. So this is why I am doing this video for teenagers who are afraid of speaking to their elders in their homes. So we are going to be talking about how to wash your vagina and how to take care of it, and also things you need to use on your face and why. So yeah, let's get into this video. So number one, I am going to be showing you the things I use for my kitty and why I use them, the things I use for my face and why I use them. And I'm not a gynecologist, a doctor for the kitty or whatever. I am not a professional in any way. I'm just giving you guys tips of things that worked for me. And if they don't work for you, please do not do them. This is just me telling you things that have worked for me. Firstly, let's start about washing your kitty, how you wash it, because we know with the down there go complicated, right? And you need to make sure that you wash it correctly, especially because we sweat and all those things. So I saw this demonstration somewhere else and I was like, I love this one. And the day I'm going to be doing a feminine hygiene video, I am going to copy this because it explains it very better. So wait. The lady said, let's say, okay, let's not talk about my nails, ne? I'm going to keep my zippo and it's a mess in here. So please, let's not talk about my nails. Let's focus on the hygiene part. Dango, I know nails kind of form part of the hygiene, but as they could have. So someone said, take this as your kitty, right? This is the clit, anker, and then these are the side parts. I need to I'm not gonna be calling them ngamagama where they are, what do you call this, biological names. Yes, I'm not gonna be using those names. Itlit yakho le ponchis sibindi sakhona ngisho logo ama lips wako, right? These are the lips of the kitty and this is the clit. What you do is, so let's say let's say le yambobo, right? So what you do is maugeza, you use clean lukewarm water. If you're very sensitive like me, because I can't wash ngensipo or any foam parts down there because the irritation, my kitty gets irritated quickly. Next thing in a yeast infection, next thing in a whatever infection. So I'm always careful when it comes to that. So what you do is you make sure that you focus on these parts, right? You wash here with clean lukewarm water. Make sure that it is very clean. You wash here and your hand does not go in there, right? Your hand doesn't go in there. I know we grew up seeing, older people washing and then inserting hands in here. You don't. Why? Because the kitty cleans itself. Okay? It does the job. All you have to do is make sure that those parts of your kitty are clean, right? You wash there with your hand. So what I usually do, Mina, I do that when I'm not on my periods. That's how I usually do it. But when I'm on my periods, I feel like I need extra cleanliness, I feel like I need some help. So what I do is I use Gynaguard, okay? And I know that most people are going to disagree with me because people feel like Gynaguard is not good and whatever and whatever. And you know what? These are not to make your kitty smell like grapes. Let me start there. Your kitty is not supposed to be smelling like sweets or grapes or whatever. A vagina is supposed to smell like a vagina. That's that. You're not supposed to be smelling like, some carrot cake or whatever. You're supposed to smell like a vagina. Just be clean. That's it. And then I'm passing and whatever going on because I'm saying Makaya. Cool. Let's move on. When I'm on my periods or after my periods, I use Gynaguard and I feel like it really helps me. Okay. It's just too clean. It's just clean. So it says it eliminates odor and eases discomfort and irritation, colorants and fragrance free and barite lapo, and it is pH balanced. I love it. I can vouch for it. I was one of those girls who used to say, oh no, you can't wash Gynaguard, just use clean water and whatever. I know, until I tried it and I thought it really works for me. One thing that did not work for me though is this one. They do a similar job, but this one nearly took me to the hospital. Okay, so and then I bought this one. And then a week later, and you know what happened? I bought this one and some panty liners, right? Because the ones that I used were not there. A few days later or a week later, I started having discomfort in my abdominal or whatever. I had abdominal pains. Okay, in my abdomen. Yes. Abdominal pains. So I was like, you know what? Let me read this thing. Then when I went through it, it said odor control, pH balanced, paraben and soap free, whatever. Because that's what I saw, Mangsa stole. But I was like, no, something has to be wrong. When I read, it said gently scented. And you don't want to put anything that is scented in your kitty. If you're sensitive like me, mamela, you don't want to put anything that is scented in there because, and the reason, before I started having pains, my water would be putu like. You understand that? Like, I'm like, It was pure white. The discharge was pure white, but being put, I was like, something has to be wrong here. After that, I started having pains. No. It was so painful to the point that Omonyoputi offered me a strong drink. It takes in it because I was very sick on my way to work because I was using this. And I'm not saying Lilet is bad for you, but make sure that if you're sensitive, you don't buy something that is scented. For your panty liners, for your pads, for your intimate wash, don't do that because uzozola. Alrighty, so if you use this one and you've got a positive review, good for you. I'm not saying it is bad. I'm not saying it is good. I'm just sharing my experiences with both of them. I've never had a better experience with this one, but this one showed me flames. Okay, let's move on. Another thing, guys, we shave. Siya shaver. Some people prefer to use eraser. Some people prefer right? But I prefer to use this one. But make sure that it does not go into, the most sensitive parts inside you, okay? It is just for outside use only. Shave, girls, shave, because siyajuluka and inwele lezi masihlelelana kwenzakalani kuwe uzonuka. Okay, and people are going to be slavering you, and we don't want that because we know how mean girls can be. Even if they're friends or your girlfriends or your best friends or whatever, they won't tell you. If you're lucky enough, you are going to have those ones who are going to call you and say friend, but something does not smell good. We shave, okay? Every time we're going to shaver, it's gonna keep you clean. It's gonna keep you smelling good and fresh. Alrighty. Cool. Oh, something I forgot to mention also, Gynaguard has my wipes. It's just that I've run out of my wipes. It's got wipes. So every time I go to the bathroom, let me be honest, not every time, I use them. to wipe down there, because I feel like they give me that all day freshness, and now they are coloring free, pH balanced. I truly love Gynaguard. So buy the wipes, buy this intimate wash and anyagusole. But then if it gives you problems, please stop it and go to your doctor. And again, guys, I'm not a doctor, just giving you guys what worked for me. Alrighty, and then sometimes, not on a daily, I use panty liners. Why I need to sometimes? Because I don't want to use panty liners every day, because I feel like sometimes the kitty needs umoyanyana, it needs some air so that it can breathe and be able to, keep breathing, just like you need fresh air, and you need fresh air now. So I'm gonna focus this thing all day, every day, because remember, cleaner down there, phumi doti, and then iyohlala lana, and then iphinde yenzane yakho phukubela kuwe. Next thing, you've got UTI or yeast infection or whatever infection you can get. But I'm using Confitex. They are super affordable and I love that this part is so smooth. It is cotton. I really vouch for them. At first I used to use the, what's that brand, Kotex, but Kotex for both pads and panty liners, I used to love them because it was a famous brand when I started using these things. But then as time went by, I wanted to know, man, every time I put my periods, ngibane rashi, gashisa and whatever. And then my colleague said to me, please try a different brand, and she recommended a brand Yama Pads. We are going to get to the Pads one. But when I changed my pads, I also changed the panty liners, and these ones have been working very good for me. And my Confitex, they come in different boxes, but I use the pink and white box. And make sure with our lining on my panty liner, let your kitty breathe, and don't I faggy every day. And also, speaking of panty liners, guys, make sure that you stay away from silk, lace and polyester panties. Stick to cotton, just like this panty liner is cotton. Make sure that with your panties you stick to cotton. Why? Yes, lace and them, they're very sexy. They're sexy, they're good for when you want to be romantic and stuff, but they're not good for your health. And you know what, I know most of you guys would say, hey, when I am going to go on to Google and check this out. Okay, now let's go on to Google and search why we shouldn't be using the panties I just mentioned now. Hold on. Google, help me out with some facts. Let's go. Alrighty. Synthetic fabrics like polyester and lace can mess with your vaginal health by trapping heat and moisture, irritating the skin, and creating an environment for bacteria, or I am not going to read this word because I realize fungus, that word, to overgrow and multiply. Silk has the same effect. Save the fancy for special occasions, but otherwise stick to cotton. Alrighty, girls, I know we all love lace. It is sexy. It gives us the the lady feel, but for your own health, stick to cotton. If you want to feel sexy and whatever, wear it for those few hours, but don't make that an everyday thing. Otherwise, okay. Alrighty, moving on. When I'm on my periods, so guys, I use lilets. So these ones are super affordable, and they are super, I don't know, what's the word? I don't want to be comfortable. Oh, I usually use a sanitizer when I'm using public toilets or toilets emsebenzini at the mall or wherever that abantu abaningi abayisebenzisayo, because like I said, I once visited a doctor, or many times actually. I was once even admitted because of a UTI. So I make sure I clean the pot, your toilet, and then before I sit, and then I clean again. So having a sanitizer in my bag is always a must. And guys, make sure that you eat your plain yogurt. Make sure that you eat your plain yogurt, eat your strawberries, drink your cranberry juice. So usually I drink this one. Oh my goodness. My colleague told me about this one when I really had my abdominal pains because of Leah Lillet's thingy that I was using. She told me about citrus water, and let me tell you something, it has been a lifesaver. So every time I feel like it is uncomfortable down there, I drink citrus soda. I think I put that once a day, so I think you can take it as much as you need it, maybe 2 or 3 times a day or every day, but I drink it when and if I need it. And let me tell you something, it is definitely a lifesaver. So I really recommend this thing. Alrighty. Another thing that I usually use after my period or after having unprotected sex. I am not condoning that one, but it happens sometimes. And after that, and after my periods, I usually use this cream that I bought from Discam. It is a vaginal cream and I really love it. I was introduced by it by my aunt. UTI has been showing me flames. So 2015 I was suffering a UTI and yeast infection, and my aunt told me about this one, and it has been a lifesaver. It comes with applicators. I just don't see where they are. I'm sure my daughter took it. Jesus Christ.